Steve or an Alex are zero. We can be informed, involved. Don't get tired of doing good. Constantly keep teaching people around you. Be the influence, be the light that you can be in your society. Everybody has a sphere of influence. Now, if you want to be that single domino and just be out there by yourself, you're not going to be able to touch anybody. But you put that domino next to a row of 1 billion dominoes and you tip it, then you reach more people, and that's the way we win the battle.
Absolutely, and we stop it by infighting. They want us infighting on race and all this other stuff. We have to come together on valuing human life, human dignity, and valuing the God's gifts that we were given, not always just putting humanity down by these globalists who fly around in luxury jet airplanes, the Google executives and people with up to like 20 hookers. And then they think they're going to merge with machines and become God. And I'm not bashing them for liking women. The whole point is they're humans like us, but there's under such evil influence that they really believe at Microsoft and everywhere, and that's really evil, that they're going to take over. And it's just not going to happen. We already know their plan. So even though they're going to get a lot of it done, they're going to be destroyed. And everyone in their gut who has discernment knows this AI beast is going to turn on them. There is no way. These people are morons.
You know what? I just wonder, after listening to Captain Crunch and all the people along the way with Steve Jobs and that other Jack Legg over at Microsoft and all the, man, where do they get to the point where they sell their souls? I just don't see that. I love humanity. I want everybody. I'm so sick and tired. My ancestors came from Ireland. We never owned a slave one. I mean, I can go back 400 years. We never owned a slave. I'm tired of them shoving the gay thing down my throat, saying I'm a homophobic. I'm tired of them saying I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. My UPS guy's a black guy.
Listen. I get all that. It's about making you feel like you're bad while they're killing everybody. God bless you. Steve Quayle, comments.
Well, first of all, it's a transfer of evil. Woe unto those who call evil good and good evil. They've turned the world upside down, and everything that's evil in their eyes is right. Everything that's right in God's eyes is wrong. And again, the one who comes to kill, to destroy, and to steal is Lucifer. They already have sold their souls, by the way, and you don't get to be where those guys are unless you basically make a pact with Lucifer, and it requires blood sacrifice. And Alex, that's the thing that people miss a lot of times. You know, the Satanism in Oklahoma City, the first place a beheading took place, Oklahoma City.
Now there's more beheadings happening?
Yep, and the thing is that I posted on my website a 3-minute video by a guy on Halloween, and he said, you may get into all this Halloween stuff. Personally, I find it the most abominable day in the world, but he said, wait until the heads on the pikes are in your country. And that's the thing, this absolute filling the airwaves and the videos and YouTubes and with all this gore, it's desensitizing, so when they bring it here, you will not act up or rise up against it. And because we have not acted up, rise up, and stood with the Christian brethren being slaughtered, and I'm talking about the mega churches and all the 26,000 churches on the clergy response teams, shame on them. Shame on them.
Now I'm going to skip this network break so we have more time to go to Joe Biggs, who's with us. Then we're going to go to Leo, Stacy, Dave, Abby, and others that are patiently holding. Joe Biggs goes out and does Man on the Streets every week here in Austin, Texas, down at the University of Texas and other areas. And we saw an article yesterday trending, more college students support post-birth abortions, and then that harkened back to articles in the Journal of Medical Ethics saying that it was very moral if you wanted to kill your child up to age 3, even if they didn't have a problem, or if the state wants to kill. And then, you know, it's kind of moral now to just put troops on death lists and not give them care. And when you go out and talk to trendies, if you say, for the state or for Obama, we want to kill the babies or kill small children, they say, of course. It'll give me something more. They believe in this predatory, cannibalistic mindset. And 13 out of 30 people, and then some of the others were on the fence, so it's about half. About half the people he talked to said, yes, let's have post-birth abortions, which is infanticide. It's an oxymoron, but that's how they're selling it. And so, you know, I mean, this is a liberal thing. I mean, you know, we need to kill children up to age 5, because now they're saying age 5, and it's the new super trendy thing. So Joe Biggs, we haven't seen the video yet. It'll be on the nightly news tonight, or if we get behind, it'll be premiered on the radio/TV tomorrow. But we thought UT students were dumb when they wanted to bring Ebola patients to their homes, because we said for Obama, and they said, yes, it's very racist. We should bring them to our homes. Of course, they won't really do that. They want you to take them in your home. Statistically, you know, it shows these so-called progressives are 6 times more likely to steal in major studies. They lie. They claim they're charitable. They're not as libertarians and conservatives that are charitable. We just want to control how we're charitable to real charities. Tell us what you found, Joe Biggs, and I want to get the take here from Steve Quayle.
I'm going to tell you right now, Alex, a little piece inside of me died today with this. I mean, it broke my heart to see the first person I talked to was willing to sign it. They read it completely, word for word. Please support the Post-Birth Abortion Act of 2014. This is to emphasize that the moral status of the newborn baby killed is comparable with that of a fetus rather than that of a child. Therefore, we claim killing a newborn could be ethically permissible in all the circumstances where abortion would be. And they read it. And I looked them in the eyes, and I watched them read it. And they signed.
These people are demon creatures.
And one, right down here, Danielle, I won't say the rest of her name, wants to be a future politician. That is her goal, to be a politician. Another a nurse.
And the thing is, some of them are well-spoken. They go, yes, it's very racist if we don't bring the Ebola patients here. Or, yes, we need to kill babies.
My stomach was churning the entire time. It took every ounce of me to hold it back.
When I heard that half of them did it, I said, have Biggs keep asking questions and then get mad at them, because I knew you'd want to. And I said, you got permission. So if you want to go back out next week, have more of them do this, and then just tear into them. Say, what is your problem? How would you like to die?
Well, some of the ones who refused to sign, as they walked away, I was like, thank you. Thank you for proving that there's some humanity left out there.
Did anybody get mad at you?
I had one person, this girl, she didn't sign it, but she walked away and was so upset she started crying.
She has a soul.
And people started walking up, and she was screaming as tears are coming out of her eyes, don't sign that petition. Don't sign that petition. And I had to stop what I was doing and walk
Wow,
over.
she doesn't want to kill children. What a weirdo. She has a survival instinct. She has a tribal survival mode.
She almost threw up.
Probably wants our progeny to have space bases and control their destiny. She probably wants us to win and not be destroyed by Google and Microsoft. How dare her?
She sat there for 10 minutes. Like, it makes me want to tear up. Like, she's like, please don't sign that. Please don't.
Did you get an interview with her and explain to her it was?
Well, I talked to her afterwards, so we have that on camera. But I mean, she's like, please don't tell me.
That's a whole other tape, yeah.
Please don't tell me you support this whatsoever. And I was like, no. I was like, but there's a trend going around in these major campuses.
Well, they're teaching it at Princeton and Harvard.
And well, you know they're teaching.
They got death lists for veterans, man.
Yeah.
They won't even give them heart surgery if they're 50 years old.
And up to 5 years old, they say, because up until a child is 5 years old, they're not self-aware. They go, well, how far can you remember back your first memory? Most people say 5.
And then now, notice they're arguing that we're not conscious anyways and are just robots by stimuli, that it's all nature, not nurture. See, they always tell us we don't have a soul while they quest for immortality. They know we got a soul. They're soul suckers, and the way to suck our soul is to get us to believe we don't have one.
I had one guy, when I told him, I said, hey, do you want to help empower women, give women the right to have abortions post-birth? He goes, whoa, that just sounds crazy. I don't know if I could do that. I was like, well, at least read it. Then he reads it and signs it. You know? Like,
Steve Quayle, what do you make of this?
Well, they love death rather than life. And let's do another survey. You know, have Joe go out and say, do you believe that since so many college students are graduating without a job, that we should have a euthanasia bill to basically take away the college students who are looking for
Oh, yeah, ask that next.
Yes, and in order to make way for those who are still in college that then will have the opportunity to have a job.
Sign it. They'll sign it.
Well, I was thinking about having 2 and having this one, and if they refuse to sign this, be like, do you support or will you sign this, saying that you would kill the people who are willing to sign somebody? It's ridiculous.
No, but Steve's idea is great. I bet half of them, just usually half, will sign to kill 55-year-olds to get their job.
You got to think of this. It took me 45 minutes. 45 minutes, that's it.
To get 30 signatures.
To get the half of 30. Talk to 30 people and get half
That's
of that.
2 minutes apiece.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing. I mean, it took so much. I was bouncing up and down, trying to be positive, and all I wanted to do was just scream because I couldn't believe the first person who walked up to me signed.
Incredible. Let's go back to some calls. We're doing 5 minutes overdrive, too, with Steve Quayle, stevequayle.com. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Leo in MA, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, thanks for taking the call. Last time I spoke to you, if you remember, I referred to the Hydra that is out there, so we can't blame any one specific organization. Anyway, I'm really up for an Oscar-type award ceremony for us. I'd like to call it the King George III Awards, and we should also have a gullibility test that could go viral, and where you win, when you win the gullibility test, you lose. I was learned something a long time back, and from Professor Jerome Letwin at MIT, and he said that he came into church and said that the reason the jackboots aren't on the street is because that would be counterproductive for them. So that's why they're going to keep down the amount of actual troops on the street.
I hear you. Do you have a question for Steve Quayle? We're almost out of time.
Yeah. How do we create a roadmap for us so that we can find the relative things we can do within our economic structures?
I agree. We should write roadmaps and have other people write roadmaps and debate the roadmaps and think about different plans and work off things that have worked against the globalist. I agree. Steve Quayle. Thank you, caller.
Well, Alex, I mean, it's all laid out there. The bottom line is when people start reading the documents that I mean, just a simple question to people. Are you aware that one of the leading think tanks in America is saying that by 2025 that 80% of the population will no longer exist? Have you thought about how they're going to kill that many people? Make it simple. I'll tell you what, most people want someone else to do it for them. I'm not saying this guy is, but what everyone has to do is each man has to man up, and they have to stand up, and they have to start absolutely. They need a roadmap. My roadmap is the Bible. God loves the world. He doesn't hate it. These people are the world haters. They absolutely hate the world. They hate everything that's good. They hate beauty. What's more beautiful than a child? You know what? These people have a covenant with death, and I'm telling you, they're plugged in the Borg. And by the way, even Hydra have a central processing. Even though they have individual cells, even the Hydra has, if you will, Borg Central.
That's right, and it's a spirit that animates it. We're going to go to break, do 5 more minutes with Steve Quayle, take a few final calls. We're going to put Steve on hold here real quick as we go to break. SteveQuayle.com is his excellent site. Infowars.com is our site. This is breaking at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, and DrudgeReport.com. Government agencies scramble to purchase hazmat suits by the millions. And then we discovered through a whistleblower today a 250,000 more to Dallas. And Obama says, prepare for more Ebola cases. This is going to be after the election. They are covering it up. People vomiting, dying on airplanes, dying in Dallas, dying in North Carolina, dying, being drugged. I'm going to tell you, something's going on. And if it isn't Ebola, it's something else. What about people disappearing, media? This is just like a third world country. You're not going to report on medical doctors come on and say, at the hospital, I've talked to the medical doctors, the feds are disappearing people. The Border Patrol, we have them on by name. They're disappearing people into vans. This is illegal. And the cowardly media just lines up and does what they're told. That's the creed of slaves. Go to InfoWarsLife.com. I personally am getting ready with Survival Shield X2, Lung Cleanse, you name it, InfoWarsLife.com. And your purchase of all the great products, whether it's a Molon Labe shirt or a film or a book to wake up other people, supports this overall command base. InfoWarsStore.com. We'll be back in 60, it's actually 70 seconds in Overdrive. Nightly
GCN.
News tonight, 7 o'clock Central.
Visit GCNlive.com today.
InfoWarsLife.com. Check it out today. I have set out to bring you the most hardcore, cutting-edge supplements and nutraceuticals, bar none. And that's what you'll find at InfoWarsLife.com. We have rejected literally hundreds of products from the InfoWars Life line because they are not of the very highest quality, or because they're not 100% organic, or because they don't pass all of the strictest toxicology tests there are that we have listed at InfoWarsLife.com. Whether it's Survival Shield Nascent Iodine or DNA Force, Super Melvite Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Oxy Powder. I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com and believed in us and tried the products. Folks, check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.